Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe and also turn on the notification bell. So today I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this multicolored dress. And before we get started, I want to tell you that this particular dress is available on sale. It's available. I'm selling this. I'm located in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria, and I'm selling this for 5,000 Nigerian naira. So on the screen you will see the measurement of the dress, and if you're interested in getting this dress, send a message to this WhatsApp number, and um, all the details will be given out to you. Without further wasting of our time, let's get started. So this is the material I'll be using, the orange for the top. So I'll just mark out the starting point. Remember, I folded this material into 4. So I'll be taking away 4 inches for the off shoulder, and I'll go ahead, I'll mark out the half length, and I'll be adding half an inch for joining it to the gathers. So the measurement I'll be taking here now is the shoulder measurement divided by 2, and remember we minus 4 inches for the off shoulder, so I'll mark out the remaining armhole, and there I have about 1.5 or 2 inches. So there I'll be adding the chest measurement divided by 4, and I'll also be adding a seam allowance. So at this shoulder here, I'll shorten it, I'll make it 5 inches, as you can see, and here I'll be adding 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'll just take this measurement down to the waist, just like that, and I'll cover out the armhole. So at the upper part here, I'll be adding about 0.25 inches for turning it with the lining. So for the back, I'll mark out half an inch. This is going to be the zipper allowance, so I'll cut this out. So for the back, I'll trim off just a little bit, about 0.25 inches, like that, and I'll also trim it out just like that. So that's just it, and I'll set this one aside. So what I'll be doing next is that I'll fold another fabric into 4. This is to cut out the sleeve. So I'll take the length of the sleeve. Remember, while taking the length of the sleeve, add a little bit inches to it so that you can be able to puff the sleeve. So this is the measurement I'll be making use of, and here I'll try to mark out some points to create the curve for the armhole for joining it to the sleeve. So I just want a little curve, and from this particular place here, I'll take it down straight, because I'll be adding elastic at the down, and I'll also be adding elastic at the upper part. So this is the sleeve. I'll set the sleeve aside. I'll set it aside, and this is going to be the first tier. So what I'll be doing is that the length of the gown minus the half inch, whatever is remaining, like mine I have 16, so I'll divide the 16 into 4. I'll have 4 inches, or 5 inches, I mean to say. 16 divided into 4 is 4 inches. So I'll be adding half inch for joining at the upper part and half inch for joining the second tier. So I'll have about 5 inches. So I'll mark out 5 inches here. And the width of the fabric is the hip measurement divided by times 2. Hip measurement multiplied by 2. So using that particular one, I'll cut out the second tier, and cutting out the second tier is either you multiply the first tier by 2 or you multiply by 1.5. So you just use that formula to get the remaining tiers. So this particular here, I've cut out the lining. As you can see, both the front and the back lining, I've cut it out, and here is the down part. I'll be joining these two linings together. So here I have I minus 1 inch from the lining to the actual length of the gown. So after I'll fold it in and I'll gather just like the main gown. So what I'll be doing is that I will start with this is the sleeve. I'll just set it aside, and these are the rest of the tiers that I cut out. So for mine, the first color is orange, which is for the upper part. The first tier is milk, the second one is Feroz, and the third one is yellow, while the final one is purple. So this is what I'll be making use of. And for this purple, I have about 6 inches here. Remember, the first 3 tiers is just 5 inches. So here I have about 6 inches in length. So because I'll be using 1 inch to fold the hem, so the rest is just allowance. You gather the second tier, you attach to the first tier, you gather the third tier, you attach to the second tier, just like making a tiered gown. So what I'll do next now is that it's time for us to sew. So I'll get the upper part, this is the front pattern, and I'll also get the back pattern as well. So what I'll do next is that I'll get the lining. Remember, right side facing right side. I'll get the lining and I'll place it on top of the main fabric. So I'll just hold the neckline. I'll just hold the neckline, and what I'll do next is that I'll get the tiers and attach them. So this is the tiers after attaching them, as you can see. So here I'll gather this one to the waist, and I'll also hem the down part. So setting this one aside, so this is the neck, this is the upper part. I've attached the lining to it, just sewing it only to the neck. So what I'll do now is to join it to the back. To join the front and the back together, I'll place it like that, right side facing right side. I'll get the other part and I'll place it right side facing right side. So what I'll do next is that I will stitch here half an inch, half an inch, half an inch, and half an inch. I added 1 inch here, but I'll be leaving half inch for ease. So after doing this, I've also done the sleeve. As you can see, I've folded the upper sleeve and the down sleeve to form the casing for the elastic. I'm going to be making use of 5-inch elastic. I'll attach the elastic and I will shape the sleeve. The measurement for the down elastic is just the biceps divided the biceps round. We take away around 1 inch so that the elastic will be firm. And the upper part is just the shoulder measurement minus whatever you have at the bodice, then the rest you cut it out on the elastic. So this is the sleeve. What I'll do is that I'll go ahead, I'll attach the sleeve to the armhole of the bodice. I'll go ahead, I'll attach it. Even if you have excess, you can as well gather the sleeves to it. So what I'll do next is that I'll get the down part, that is the tiered part. I'll gather this cream color to the orange bodice. So I'll just gather it, just like joining a gown. I'll gather this, and the gown is pretty much done. So just make sure you turn everything inside out, right side facing right side, the right side of the down part and the right side of the upper part. You join the gowns together. So after joining it, you also attach this down part of the lining to the down part of the line, to the upper part of the lining. So this is the final look of the dress. So please guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, and also follow me on Instagram at Learn to Sew at Home. See you on my next video.